Hey guys, so welcome back. We're at the stage where I've actually just played a little bit of this Imperial Inspection deck, and it's clearly a good idea, good principle, but what's not working is that Unkar's just dying too quickly every game. In fact, in the 3 games I've played, he hasn't survived past the second round. So that's just no good. Like we can't have him dying that quickly on us. So what I wanted to do is do a quick bit of deck building here, and just show you how I might make some changes and talk it through and see as well perhaps what you guys think on it. So we'll go upgrade supports events. We want red and yellow and grey. Boom. Okay, so I'll just set out. This is how I typically do my deck building when and how I lay my cards out. Apologies if you've seen it before. I've put the characters across the top just to remind me what I'm building, and then I lay out the cards in a fairly particular fashion. Supports go on the side, so I can see them all very clearly. Cards I think are sort of very important or central to my win condition. I tend to put across the middle here. Events central to win condition go across there. Removal goes in the bottom corner, and this way it's very easy for me to glance and have a look at how much of what I've got in all these different areas. I can easily go, wow, I've got way too many supports, or I don't have enough removal, or whatever it is. So that's sort of removal, just very expensive sort. Let's have a look. One of the hard things about playing most of your games online is the difficulty in predicting the meta. So for instance, I've got prized possession in here because it's devastating against Palpatine. The problem is that it's really hard to know. I could play 20 games and not see Palpatine. Okay, so here's the list. I'm going to periodically check chat so I can see what you guys are saying. There's 4 of you watching. Hey guys, I'm sure there'll be more joining us shortly. So, we need to keep Onkar alive more. I normally put utility and defense type upgrades here. As you can see, we haven't got any, and that's probably why Onkar is dying quite a bit. So cards that immediately spring to mind in this would be Personal Shield. I think Personal Shield will be an interesting card to chuck into the mix here, so let's have a look at that. Shield, not quite as good as when you stick it on Jabba and he gets to re-roll it, because of course it does have the 2 blanks, which is painful. But I am on the whole playing against a little bit more shooty decks, so I think probably it's going to be slightly more range damage again in the meta. Not as much as Awakenings was, because really there's only Vader Raider that was in. I mean, Han Rey was a mix. Qui-Gon Rey obviously was melee. But really I think the meta has got a lot more melee in, but hey, Personal Shield is still a strong include. It's got 3, we can probably with this deck afford the 1 for 3, especially if it keeps Onkar alive, because he keeps churning out those resources. It also has a 1 resource side on it, which this deck doesn't have very many of, so I'm quite keen to get some black resource sides in, because if we can keep Onkar alive for longer, what we want to do is take advantage of his +2. So what I'm thinking here is, I know some people might be saying datapad, because with this deck the more resources we have the better. I mean, if we're playing out confiscations on their bigger cards, I mean really confiscations there for 3 cost cards that Imperial Inspection can't hit. That's why we're running it. So to play confiscation for 3, I really want to take advantage of having quite a lot of resources available. Now I think the best straight up resource generating card that we have is potentially, let me just remember that, let's have a look at the sides on Supply line. Still only got the one black. Now it's got focus, but it still has only got the one black, which then makes me feel like, it's probably not better than a data pad then, largely because data pad's faster because it's an upgrade, and we can ramp over it. And I'm not saying supply line is bad, I think it's really good, but we've already got 6 upgrades, supports rather, in this deck. Now none of them are using an action, but just playing them out, and obviously this is a dice card, so it is going to be needing to be rolled out. So I think because of that, I would rather run Datapad, although that is a very good card. So let's get ourselves a Datapad. So if I get Datapad in, I'm feeling like On the Hunt has not been great. Blackmail is a card that's so good. I mean, it's such a powerful card. I mean, look at those ridiculous numbers on it. I think it becomes really good when you've got something like, if you've got blue and you've got force throw, and you could even throw that die if they don't pay for it, because it's so powerful. In this deck, I mean, if Unkar stays around, of course, then it's really good. The 3 shield side, of course, is insane. They're probably never going to have the money to pay to get rid of it, which kind of makes the 2 and the 3 disrupt a bit rubbish, but that disrupt is turning on Imperial Inspection. However, I really would be much happier keeping Unkar alive and those 2 personal shields. But there are other cards that I feel could be got rid of a little more easily. On the Hunt has not been stellar when it's come out each time. Yeah, I like remove all shields from a character, but my deck is sort of grindy. I mean, that's great if you're playing, a Django Aura Singh or Aura Singh Balatik or some sort of combination like that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out Blackmail, and I'm going to take out On the Hunt altogether. Because On the Hunt, yes, it's contributing damage in the sense it's getting rid of shields, but there's not that many decks that are loading up on shields at the moment in this sort of meta. So, and I feel like having a defended Unkar who's still putting out loads of resources, a Datapad around, that feels better. However, that means we've only got 10 upgrades, which is suddenly not... that's just not very many upgrades, is it? I've done a straight swap and had 10 before. Perhaps there's space. I can't get rid of Sabotage, because the difficulty is, look at all these upgrades. They're all 2s and 1s. So an Imperial Inspection deck playing against me will be horrific. So I have to keep the 2 Sabotages in. Mind you, I am playing Docking Bait in my own deck. Maybe I shouldn't play Docking Bait, and I should be keeping, and I should think about the cheat. As in another cheat, and be able to get my Imperial Inspection back that way. I mean, I'm not playing against a lot of Palp at the moment. Perhaps we could take this out, get a second cheat in, or maybe we should just look at more upgrades to get some more damage out. It does feel like a lot of events. What we've got 6, 10, 12, 14 events, but it's because we're playing 6 support in the deck. Is quite a lot. Upgrades help Unkar Plut's ability. That's a better thing. But I don't like going to less removal. Unless, of course, those personal shields are going to help Unkar Plut enough. That's a really interesting thing. I would like to get another upgrade in, because I just feel like 10 probably isn't quite enough. But the deck is built to go long with those supports, with lots of removal. It's got answers, the confiscation and the sabotage. Their confiscation is there for your 3-cost upgrades. Most importantly, second chance, of course. They think they're safe with their armor belt second chance. They've got 3 more damage to kill their character. You've got 4 damage on the table. They think, great, I'll just discard my ammo, and you can play confiscation out. And of course, with all the choke, they aren't going to be able to play a second chance out again. So that's the confiscation sort of combo. I might do a little video on that just to sort of explain how that works. Do you know what? I'm gonna try a game with this build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 18, 22, 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, so let's just go here and we'll go this will be our 30 card new build. This is looking like it could be quite good fun. So get our deck bag and we'll try it in a game. Let's see what happens here. Oh, we need to change that to docking bay, don't we? Which is in here. Search. Docking now. So I have to Gunga this one. Oops. Get it in there. And that was everything, wasn't it? 5. Yeah. So save the object in Unkar version 2. Okay, let's go and do it then. Let's go and play a game. Let's see if we can get one. I'm going to host one actually. It's time of day when we might start getting a bit more people, and that means we won't get so much lag to play with. Feel free if you're watching and want to jump in for a game. That's very cool. I'm more than happy to do that. Hopefully to test against something a bit more aggro-y like the last one, or to test against the second chance armor belty type deck. I don't want to go up against another Imperial Inspection deck because I've got docking bay in it. We'll see. That might turn out to be a bad choice. I'm just going to open the window here. Oh hello, that's loud. I live on a quiet residential, but the car just went past. Sorry. Right then, let's. Do you know what? I'm going to just double check to see if there is anyone looking for a game quickly. I ain't waiting around for a game. I'm sure you guys don't want to just hear me rabbiting on while I try and fill the space, but there is nobody waiting for one, so that's fine. Host. Okay. I'll talk through the deck and what I'm hoping to do with it whilst this all sets up then. To play a game. I got 3 characters. And my objects here. Cool. I do really like the idea of this deck. I think that it's a very powerful combo, the Imperial Inspection and the Salvage Yard, and I think Unkar is absolutely the best character to go with it, with 2 dice. The difficulty now is working out what goes with him. I mean, he powers that engine. I almost feel like a 2-die Unkar plus those supports, that's the business. And then it's working out what's the best stuff to go with him. So I'm still going to continue trying out this Death Trooper and Stormtrooper. Oh, we got someone. Hold on. Okay, if I stream our game. Great, he's happy. Okay, what's he got then? He's going blue, 2 character. He's going 2 characters. So let's get set up and let's see what we're playing against. Always exciting. Car will stick him up there. Right. 2 characters, which it seems to be slightly more decks around. Still 2 characters. I haven't played against a 4 character list in a very long time. Not since it was solely Awakenings meta, actually. So, here we go. What are we up against? It's going to be the same deck again, isn't it? It's going to be Baze. Oh no, Baze Ray. Wow, okay. Interesting. So yeah, we're making use of things like the holdout blaster. Yeah, he's probably still going to play Vibro Knife because it's so good. Imperial Armory. Okay, well let's have a look at this then. That's an interesting... Oh, hello. Right, we don't want the endless ranks. Might keep that holdout blaster. Just so I've got the 1 upgrade, but that's pretty much it. Sheesh, yeah. Yeah, we'll take it. Oh, that one. Oh, get in. That's really nice. That is potentially a very strong start. So we've got the 2-0, we've got Salvage, and we've got the Imperial Inspection. Now of course Ray is fast and she's going to have those ambushes, and most of the time she's going to get to roll and use it, but that's not so with Bay. So well, yeah, this could be quite interesting. It's the first time I'm playing Inspection against Ray, and it'll be good to see how the interaction changes. What have we rolled? 4. You can easily roll more than that with those dice. You should be winning them left, right and centre. Yeah, I mean he's rolled 6 there just off the mod sides. It's nice. 4. So what's he going to go for? Okay, he's taken his. Fine, so we shall get this onto Uncart, because we haven't drawn anything to defend Uncart apart from the old Electroshock. So we'll see what happens. Looks like we've got two birds. Looks like we've got an upgrade incoming. Yeah, there it is. Oh, that juicy Vibro Knife. So of course we've got slightly different damage here, but if you can make Ray bring the melee and Baze bring the rest, then that's looking pretty good. Now one thing of course is Imperial Inspection is a double-edged sword here. Could take out the knife from the pool so that melee damage he's dealing isn't unblockable, but at the same time it's giving him it back to use again. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. He hasn't rolled well with oh hello, but he's got no resources. So I think what we do here is we play out our... He hasn't rolled any resources either. I feel like we will just play our Imperial Inspection. Nice and unassuming. Yeah. So he's going to discard to reroll. Of course, what I want to do is I want to get that salvage stand in, but if he gets a really nice reroll off, then I might need to activate Unkar, hopefully get the Imperial Inspection to get rid of the Vibro Knife die, otherwise he's just going to slice right through Unkar's defences, his shields. He's running all in, so must have a few focus die come in later on. Oh, hello. Right, I might actually just need to play Electroshock here, because it's a big old risk if I miss it. What's going to be 3 damage? Oh, at this stage I can probably just go for it. Come on. Oh, doesn't hit it. Yeah, that's annoying. Didn't even roll the blinking disrupt either. What a mare. Can't Electroshock to 3. This hasn't gone well to begin with, has it? Oh man. I'm going to have to Electroshock that. Oh, that's pants. That is pants. He's still going to hit me for 5. At least the shields will absorb a lot of that, so that's good. Yeah. Could have been worse. Okay. Let's play out salvage stand. Oops, he just managed to delete his bays. Don't think Stompy's used this particular interface much. Let's see what he does. He might just claim here. Not many 1-cost upgrades. Could be playing Force Illusion. And my hope is with a bit of focus out as well, because I can take the resource and I can still play Holdout Blaster and that Blaster Pistol. Yeah, okay, so we'll pay 1 and play out the Blaster Pistol on him. Is he going to reroll or claim? He's just claiming. Okay, so we'll take another resource, pay 2, play that out onto him, and then we'll have a roll here, see what we can get. Oh, it's a good roll to start with, we like that. And we've got the focus available if you roll one of these damage sides that you need to pay for. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll take a shield. We will focus this to the 2, and we shall do 5 damage to Ray. Okay, that ended fine. I've done more damage to him than he's done to me, and I've got these 2 in play. So unless he plays his upgrade straight away, I've got a real chance of causing him all sorts of issues. Right, now we've got personal shield. It'd be nice to play that in for data pad, and I'd like to be able to play the best defense. Don't need to play confiscation really. Okay, so that's just given him 2 actions, so he can roll. Did he hit it? Oof. Okay, you could hit me for 3, unblockable if he wants. Yeah, that's what I'd have done. Yeah, nice. Okay, well I should be able to deal with Baze's dice otherwise. thing is, he's got the 2 resources there, so I don't want to bounce that because it'll just come straight back out again. So I think what we could do, I want to be able to play the best defence this turn, so I don't think I'm going to play out personal shield. Could get the data pad out, but he's such a big target here. I'm going to go for this, because I think Salvage Stand might just really help. So he loses 1, and then, yeah, another Imperial Inspection as well. And then he loses 1. Yeah, it's nice. It's a powerful combination. Because now we can't play it back out. So yeah, and I've got the 1 disrupt, which I can disrupt on the next activation. Still got my resources for the best defense. Will I best defense that? No, you can deal 1 damage to each of my characters, quite frankly. Let's disrupt that 1. Take the 1 to each, and that shield. Okay, he's going to struggle to do any more damage unless he rolls, well, there's a 2 and a 3, but he could take the resource. I think I might just play this out now. He can go for a reroll. I can the best defense if it looks like that was probably not really worth it. 2 in opponent's dice. Stick him on a Death Trooper. As long as I can keep Onkar alive, get lots of resources out, you know, I can end this ranks at some point. So, and he's discarding to reroll. He's playing R2 in that deck. Interesting. I mean, yeah, it does make Bays considerably better, that's true. Right, he's got another 1 to each. Just starting to put Onkar perilously close. Let's start rolling out and see if I can. I mean, he might go for another, because he's got another 4 cards. He's probably going to keep re-rolling to try and maximise. Oh, there we go. More. Look at that. 3 resources. As long as I can keep. Right. What's he going to be playing there then? He might have. Do you know what? I think I might just. This is a risky play, but I think if he's taking 1, he might have. It's a trap, and I don't want him turning it to. Well, you can't turn it to 3 because you can't pay for it. So I'm not really fussed on that. I'm trying to think what other cards he could have that could do a bunch of damage to Plut. I mean, you could claim and then play out an upgrade. That's not so cool. I could just confiscate it back, to be fair. I'm going to take this. Interesting. See where that goes, but yeah. So 1 to each. Okay, so yeah, Plut is on 7. That is danger times, but it's whether I'm set up well enough now. I'm going to have plenty of resources in place. Am I sort of set up well enough really to deal with everything? We'll see. So we'll roll here. Can we kill Ray? We're going to have a go at it. Anyway, we need to get. She's on 6. We need 4 more. He's going to play out an upgrade here, I think. Oh no, he's not. He just took that 1. I'm going to discard Sabotage. Oh, this is interesting. What to re-roll here? So he has got 3 black sides. So it's a 50-50 that they roll a black, and he's got 3 black sides. Yeah, I'll just reroll all 3. Okay. I think I'm going to get rid of that. Go for a reroll on this. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we can do 4 to Ray. In fact, no, we need to do all of it to Ray. Dead Ray. And then we'll pay 2 and play this personal shield out onto Unkar. Okay, now we're feeling pretty set up here. The question is how fast he could start. He's lost his ambushing Ray. I mean, he could ambush the Vibro knife, which I think he still has in hand. No, we still won't be able to roll and resolve. So yeah, we're in pretty good looking shape here. We could get out local garrison this round as well. Really put the squeeze on Baze. Yeah. He just hasn't been able to get his upgrades out. So he's played out of Jedi robes. So that's going to give him a shield. Fine. Yeah, I think you just forgot to pay for those. So I think I'll just roll out Unkar. Should be able to get rid of that 1 resource with the salvage stand. Not quite, but with Imperial Inspection, and he hasn't got enough resources to play it back out. It's good, isn't it? It's good when it gets set up. I feel like this is the first time I've had salvage stand and Imperial Inspection out, Unkar still around. It's pretty horrible when it gets set up, and seeing it early on was very strong. I think this is probably where I do this. Put 3 onto him and remove those 2. Yeah, he's got to be getting pretty despondent now. Not much fun. He might concede at this stage. I mean, look at that. Look at that board, guys. That is horrible. I think I'll pay the 2. Get the redeploy blaster rifle out onto there. Yeah, this is a real tough position now, I think, for him. Let's see how quickly we can finish this out. Let's see how quickly this deck can actually apply the damage and finish off a character like Baze, who's effectively got 12 hit points here now. Okay. Can the trooper roll? Oh, he can. That's okay. So we'll discard Sabotage. I think that I will re-roll this one just because that's more likely to get that black side out. So we'll keep this. We will keep this. Re-roll, re-roll. We'll re-roll. In fact, all of those. I'll keep that 2 discs actually. Oh, I didn't keep those. Just re-roll all of those. Might roll focus. We did roll some focus. That's good. Didn't roll a single resource though. I did roll a resource earlier that I could have salvage standard, so that's poor. Have we got the damage there? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's quite a bit. Make it go to 9 with that. So we're not going to kill him this round, but that's fine. focus this to the brush 2. We'll have some black removal you can play. Okay, so let's just do all that damage then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the cost of 1. And I should be able to get him next round, look. Got cheat, so let's do this. Oh, he's playing willpower, okay. Who on damage? Okay, yeah. Sure, turns that one into 3. So yeah, I'll do the endless ranks. Let's do this. Yeah, that's fine. So focus that to the resource. Get the resource and then put 3 onto Unkar. Boom. Not going to get local garrison out, but I'm feeling very confident about where we're at. Lots of removal. So yeah, he's wanting to play this out, and obviously it's a poor show for me to say do you want to concede or anything like that. So we'll it's good as well sometimes to play these games out and just to see things can turn crazily. I don't think this one will, of course, but things it's just good to play games through and make sure you just see them through to the finish sometimes, even though you know they can feel like a foregone conclusion. So I'm gonna, he's got no resources, so I'll just, I think I probably should just flank the 2 away. Flank that 2. And what's he going to do here? Discard 2, reroll. And at this point, I will roll in Unkar. Salvage stand would go off. Yeah, I feel like this is, I'll sort of talk through now we're at that stage. I feel like this has gone pretty well. Well, it's gone very well, of course. And what really helped was, making this deck, latch control, as much users cards, go and tweak it for sure. No worries, bud. 1, 2, 3, I think what we have seen there, of course, is stream. I mean, this is a tuned-ish competitive list that's just played against the list that, by his own admission, he's just saying there, yeah, I'm not really happy with this build. And you know, I want to go back to the drawing board with it, which is probably a good decision. He's just saying I've got lots of cards in here that, you know, I'm not really taking advantage of. I mean, Guard's good with Ray because of that +2, but combined with Bays, I'm not so sure. So I think that was an interesting pairing to play it against, but I think whilst we're still getting our heads around how this deck can work, that was another nice example of when you get Imperial Inspection and Salvage stand out, how it can control the game. As you can see, I think that personal shield inclusion made a big difference with keeping Unkar in the game there. You know, he's going to deal 3 damage there. I can then also tap it afterwards. That saves me another ranged damage with the the ability it's got on it, and I've rolled another 3 out and can play that. I mean, if you guys have been watching any of my videos for any sort of time, you know I love Unkar, and that he was the first SOR character that I dived on straight away to build a deck out of, and of course I did my Fast Fat Lords crime lording deck, which was brilliant fun. Love that. It'd be interesting to see whether that's any good in the meta. I mean, I think I'm not going to go into that yet. I can come talk about that another time, because we're talking about Imperial Inspection deck here now. And this feels strong. I mean, actually, you could probably include. I mean, I haven't got the Imperial Inspection, but even Salvage Stand would be sort of okay, really. Well, I better just drop out of this here. So, just debriefing, guys. Going to drop the server now. Okay. So it's clearly powerful. When it gets going, it's clearly powerful. And in fact, with Unkar and Imperial Inspection and Salvage Yard being free to play, you draw those in your starting hand. I mean, it feels fast. Oh, okay, Chef. I mean, it feels really fast. Because of Unkar being able to, in that one roll, trigger both of those going off. I mean, quite scary, really, I think. So let me just go to our stream. So I'm quite excited about that. And it was good fun as well. I loved more control-y decks. Don't mind aggro decks. You know, I loved playing Vader Royale. That was one of my favourite decks that I've ever built, actually. However, that deck, it's villains, it's Unkar, one of my favourite characters. I'm getting to use a new Death Trooper as well, which is a character that I really like. So there's lots of cool theme fluff about it that I really enjoy. And Imperial Inspection Salvage Yard, I mean, I was a classic sort of black player for Magic, so I love those choke, either discardy or, you know, resource control-y type decks. So I think it fits my play style more. What I need to do with this deck now is I need to play it against a couple of really good tournament lists and lose horribly several times against Poe Maz, against Vader Raider, and maybe against Vader Royale, against, I don't know, Aura Singh Balatik. You know, I need to lose against some fast shooty decks or some big swinging melee damage decks, and play against those real competitive Han Ray, all those kind of decks, and just see how I have to change Imperial Inspection and my play with it to deal with those very different type of decks. I think that's the next step for this. But that was a really fun game, and I really love the way the deck works. So that's going to be. I'm going to get some games in maybe over the weekend. It's a busy weekend, but probably not. We'll see. But the next thing that I look to do for streaming online will be to do some deeper testing of Imperial Inspection against some more competitive lists. I think I've got a feel a bit now for how it works, and so I'm ready to test against something that's a bit tougher to beat. So it'd be nice to go up against like a Jin Akbar. If any of you guys are wanting to come and test these decks, you know, against me, then you'd be very welcome. Oh, Shaf, yeah, I'm not going to play another game now. I've got to crack on with some stuff. But it'd be nice to play against those other, so another fast aggro deck of a different variety. The base Snap was alright, but I think there can be faster, tougher decks to play against. And then I also want to play against a second chance ammo belt deck and just see whether I can manage it with the confiscations, with the controlling their resources, with all that kind of thing. So that would be really interesting to see whether that build can cope with that kind of deck. So yeah, some fun things to look forward to. So I'm going to call a stop to it there, and yeah, until next time, keep enjoying Destiny.